Well, as time passes and memories fade away, the memory of one longtime St. Joseph firefighter and the profound mark he left on the community will live on thanks to a new state highway designation.
News Press Now's Cameron Montemayor has the story.
It's been nearly 5 years since the last alarm rang out at Fire Station 5 for Travis Owens, a 25-year veteran of the St. Joseph Fire Department who died after fighting a long battle with liver cancer in March of 2019. As time passes and memories fade away, the memory of Owens and the mark that he left on St. Joseph and firefighter safety will live on for generations thanks to the passage of House Bill number 499. Drivers making the daily commute along State Highway 6 and Frederick Avenue from the East Hill Shopping Center to North Riverside Road will now know it as the firefighter Travis Owens Memorial Highway. For friends and fellow firefighters who worked alongside Owens, some for more than 20 years, the adoption of the sign serves as a proud reminder of the wide-ranging impact of one of the department's most dedicated and brave firefighters.
It is very meaningful. I mean, especially the people that know him, they know what kind of type of man he was. I do remember one thing that he told me while in his cancer fight. He goes, watch out for these guys.
A lifelong St. Joseph resident and 1985 Benton High School graduate, Owens served in the U.S. Army for more than a decade before dedicating his life to being a firefighter and EMT in St. Joseph.
Probably what I remember most about Travis. Travis was a monumental man, both on and off the job. Very devoted family man, cared for his brothers and sisters on the job here.
Owens was the recipient of the St. Joseph Fire Department's Life-Saving Award, an honor that fellow firefighters said he could have arguably received multiple times after heroic actions on the job. Over the course of his firefighting career, he went from battling fires to fighting on behalf of St. Joseph firefighters, their health and livelihoods as president of the IAFF Local 77. His cancer diagnosis and subsequent calls to prioritize firefighter safety measures served as a wake-up call that's helped shape the department into what it is today. New fire stations built in St. Joseph are more equipped than ever before to keep firefighters safe from toxic fumes and soot that can cause cancer and other diseases.
Just this last year, we started a new wellness fitness program that really hones in on taking care of ourselves. What are the major causes of cancer and how can we eliminate that? And it doesn't have Travis's name on it, but Travis's name is all over it.
Wacker remembers Owens' fiery and competitive spirit, whether that was playing outfield in the fire department's softball team or coaching his daughter's basketball teams. He was the type of father who would do anything for his family.
I still find I go to the grocery store and people are like, oh, I knew your dad. He did this from saving my family from a fire, or I knew him from working at the hospital.
Between new encounters and seeing her father's name memorialized on the highway sign, it's a reminder she'll always have now of the impact her father had on so many people's lives.
It means so much to me and my family, and I don't even know how to explain it, because it's just, I drive by it every day on my way to work, and it just makes me smile every time I see it.
Cameron Montemayor, News Press Now.